one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood thinner. Just stay turned like, you know. I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number one, number two never count. Used to have bubble guts competition, now point them out. Making my babies proud, wanna call my mama a house. Coming straight out the south, got enough juice to end the drought. Yeah, I bought like 23. Won't fall again, and I put that on me. Yeah, I feel the way, my heart all on my sleeve. Yeah, that's why I had to put my wrist on freeze. Come for the win, can't take another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drill. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Reaching my goals, I do not feel ashamed. I'm a dog, I'm a beast, and I cannot be tamed. I don't do it for fame, it's the love for the game. I go win like...
We are in a sweet spot as far as football weather is concerned today in Nashville. Just enough chill in the air for a sweatshirt, light breeze, fall in full swing at Nissan Stadium. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone.
Rip left. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29. Push him back. Push him back.
On first down, it's Watson. He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Motion! Mike 37.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle.
Watson's pass.
And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
3rd down.
And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line.
Just like that. Life is short.
Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
59's Mike. 59.
On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A toss left, Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 18.
Henry, the ball carrier.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. Derrick Henry, you may remember last year against Houston in the season finale, 211 yards rushing, one of only 2 200-yard games in the NFL last year. And not only that, but that game won him the rushing title because Nick Chubb was the leader, but he struggled in the final week against the Bengals. And then up from behind came Henry. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. That's complete to his running back, Evans. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a pickup of 6.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Running from the gun with Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He's tackled at the
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Tannehill able to find Henry out of the backfield. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. A big play there on the catch and run. 66 yards.
goal at the 2-yard line.
The Titans were number 1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's first and into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Titans.
It's the fullback. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken a first-quarter lead. And this is good. Our score, 7-0 Tennessee.
Makes the score Titans 7, Texans nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
For the right play, yeah.
That too.
34-yard line.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Shift.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. This thrown quickly out to Jones. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11.
I'm going to run you over. Everyone, 37 is the Mike. Mike 37.
Watson looks to throw again. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 11.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To the air yet again, Watson. He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
To David
15
Johnson.
yards, the Texans pick up the first down.
And there's a good catch by David Johnson, good enough for a first down. And remember, coming out of the University of Northern Iowa, he had played receiver his first couple of years in college before shifting to running back. Used to seeing the ball in the air, and when he's on his game, he's an excellent pass receiver.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. Again, it's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. On 2nd down, it's Henry. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. Ready for the second quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
20. Check 55 to Mike. Zero. Don't say nothing. Mike 55. Hip. No check.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed, and he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Flush to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
On first down, Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm not sure it made a difference on that play, but one thing to keep in mind, here in the early part of the year during a day game, the sun does play a factor on deep balls.
Watson, option play. He'll hand it to Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play, first down.
Good carry and pickup for a first down there by David Johnson, and he has a chance to fill a lot of voids for this Houston Texans team. They lost their 1,000-yard rusher from last year. Carlos Hyde went to Seattle, but back in 2016, David Johnson led the NFL in all-purpose yards with the Arizona Cardinals. The Texans will be happy to see that guy all year.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Aaron Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
That ties the game at 7.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
10-10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Mike, 55, right there in the middle, 55. I'm coming.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Including the parent body. This kind of behavior damages not only you and your family, but the reputation of...
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free, and there's another example, another incompletion.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
He's coming to you, Marsh.
Everyone is overreacting. He stole something and was stupid enough to let his friends film it.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That one goes for 36 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down.
On the tackle.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I got you. Man, I got you. And we're going 37's to Mike. Mike 37. Man out, man out, man out. 24.
It doesn't help that Aaron Wallace is suing the prison.
From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fuller. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 31-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, Watson. Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
1st and 10.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Mike 54. I'm trying to collect. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And a sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Watch the out. And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 59. Let's go. And we're going 37's the Mike. Mike 37. You're not ready.
Another try after the first down sack. Watson going up top. It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 32.
To Jordan Akins.
A big-time play there for the Texans. 51 yards.
Down, Texans.
Watson on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Fuller. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Mike's set. Mike's 5-4. Come on, D. 54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Watson now to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Not much there, only a yard.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Throwing again on second down. Watson buying time to his left. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, Watson. And this is going to be intercepted. Desmond King picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Interception.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. I got him. Shift.
That sounds like a rhetorical question.
Now it's Tannehill. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 11.
spin the block around just like the hand in the clock. Come like a bat in the hell, I dare you to cross like a reverend. In my energy paralyzed, I'm like a finger 11 to the second. I'm finna send it like a hair in the message.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. The final shot here before the break, Tannehill. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Fielded in the end zone.
Putting it down for that. Time I was down and out. Had to bring grinding back. Doing the drills and working the wheel you're grinding at. You know what it be. Playing this here for the keys. Had to make out with the feast. I family to feed. Third corner with the trophy should be. He ain't got me in the game now. Breathe down with the gang now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kind of drip is a skill. This the highest cruise a bill. Ain't nothing to the hill.
Not once did the person who would intervene to overturn
I got loyalty inside my DNA. Quarter piece got war and peace inside my DNA. I got power, poison, pain, and joy.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And Henry gets the call there on 1st down as he pushes his way forward. A pickup of about 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Again, it's Henry. And some room to maneuver. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Nice carry there by Derrick Henry. Picks up a 1st down. When you say workhorse, you're thinking about Derrick Henry. Won the rushing title in 2019 with 1,540 yards on the ground and 16 rushing touchdowns. Went to his first Pro Bowl and carried his team to the AFC Championship game.
Derrick Henry.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
48-yard line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. That is incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Titans. Jonnu Smith, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Gostkowski the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah, will they make up for it? Quick throw completed by Watson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on first.
Catch there by Brandon Cooks. It's hard to believe that he's on his 4th team in 5 years because he's produced everywhere that he's been. Houston hoping to see the Brandon Cooks that they saw in New Orleans, in New England, and in Los Angeles.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Gerald McCoy picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
3rd down. 3rd and 14.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
37's the mic. Mike 37. I'm coming for you. You mine for. 37's the mic.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
Derrick Henry all alone. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 78 yards. And the Titans are going to add on to their lead. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, he'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Houston.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Not today, you aren't.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's
Always
now
laugh when
second
people say,
and
what's the
6
toughest route to
at the
defend? And I'm like,
41-yard line.
any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Touchdown!
This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point good by Gostkowski. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big pickup of 38. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well. They'll get a few stops.
29.
Faking the give, now Watson. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
11 on the play. And the Texans first down.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Nashville. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think
and my goodness, another interception. Desmond King picks it, and he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
2 things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
3rd and 8.
Out of the gun, Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. On the return comes Cobb. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Throw right side into the hands of Akins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
A gain of 11 on the play.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And we're going 37's the mic.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
2nd down.
Watson off play action. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
A gain of 19
and with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signals.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him, but you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. This one caught by Davis. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Let's go. Come on.
Pushes over him.
Now, that's just not right.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 15 yards on the play. 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55.
Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
About 6 years ago, when I was
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Here we go.
So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. That is caught inside the 5. And the Titans are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, 1st down.
Goal at the 4-yard line.
Tannehill going to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. This will be caught at about the 5. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. And if you're going to pass down here, you better get that in the end zone.
I agree with you totally, and as we both know, the field's already condensed. There's just not a lot of space, so you've got to create some by getting some people downfield into the end zone. If you want to throw it short, you've got to have some movement, some room in order to do that. That one didn't work.
A gain of 1 yard on the play.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Here's Henry. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Gostkowski on for the field goal. A 19-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and
he's got a man complete. 20. Touchdown, Houston.
Watson's
Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
And the Titans are going to come up with it. And that should just about do it.
Onside kick is recovered by the Titans.
Smell fear in that offense. I smell.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
Titan. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Now it's Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
33-yard line.
Throwing now, Tannehill. He will find Davis. That's complete. And one of the whistles for a timeout.
That's good.
So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Chester Rogers, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Today's final score,
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Tennessee, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll have a tough one at home next week against the Green Bay Packers.
The polling data already shows